An unexpected horror franchise that took the internet by storm has kept fans on their toes for years and gave rise to the mascot horror genre. Starting with the first game in 2014, the series has gone through 10 main games along with multiple spin-offs. Sit down and have a bite. It's Five Nights at Freddy's. Good evening and welcome to the very first episode of Timelines of Terror, the series where we explore your favorite frightening franchises of fear, from their baleful beginnings to their eerie ends. I'm your hooded horror host for this superbly sinister span of storytelling, Kabhaal. Here at Timelines of Terror, we format the show in what is called a cold read. I have a script here that is researched and written by my wonderful writer, Ghosty Sage, and I go into each episode blind with only maybe cursory knowledge of whatever franchise she's picked out for the occasion. That being said, this is Timelines of Terror. So let's delve into the dark. Five Nights at Freddy's. The basic premise of each game is to survive a night shift as a security guard at a pizzeria filled with malfunctioning animatronics. But there's much more going on than just surviving the robots. Through cryptic elements left throughout the series, players have pieced together a sinister history behind these beady-eyed creatures. So before we begin explaining that plot, let's go over each canon game. I'm gonna go ahead and say, I know nothing about Five Nights at Freddy's. As much as I like horror, FNAF is one of the things that I really bounced off of. It never clicked with me. The only thing I really know is that 1, there's animatronics. 2, you're a woefully underpaid security guard. And 3, the internet really likes the animatronics.
She is such a bad bitch though. I will fuck the shit out of that robot, man. I'm not even...
The original Five Nights at Freddy's, 2014. It all began at Fredbear's Family Diner, where 4 robotic animals, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, entertained children with songs and games. It was a great place for family fun until the bite of '83. When one of the animatronics bit off a child's frontal lobe, the restaurant closed down soon after this tragic incident. One would hope so? Five Nights at Freddy's 2, also released in 2014. In an effort to distance themselves from the old location, Fredbear's owners opened up another pizzeria called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, with new animatronics. However, the robots suffered malfunctions due to tampering by employees. They would wander around aimlessly in the night or attack guests without provocation. Players become a security guard to survive a week at the pizzeria, where they'll learn more about the bite of '87 and witness even more sinister secrets. Now hold on a second. We just saw the bite of '83 and now there's a bite. There was a second bite? There are 2? How many times does a kid get bitten by an animatronic before they go maybe we shouldn't have, animatronics with working jaws or something. Or maybe, put up like a freaking safety rope? Is that just me? No? Does OSHA go check these out? Five Nights at Freddy's 3, released in 2015. 30 years later, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza has been shut down. Well, that's not totally unexpected considering their history. Players take on the role of a new security guard at the now abandoned building, trying to make it through their shift without encountering any of its animatronic inhabitants. It is through this game that the players finally discover who was behind the bite of '87, none other than William Afton, one of Fredbear's co-owners. So wait. It's not the employees that were messing with the animatronics? It was one of the owners? Is it the point of a business to try and make money, not make killer animatronics? Five Nights at Freddy's 4, also released in 2015. The 4th installment takes players back to the beginning, when Freddy Fazbear's Pizza first opened its doors. You play as a child who is trying to survive the night in their own home while being menaced by the animatronics. As you progress through the game, you learn more about William Afton and his twisted scheme of using children's souls as fuel for his robots? Children's souls as fuel for the robot. I don't know. I feel like there's something more economic and less crime related that you could use. You could maybe electrically powered solar panels or some shit. All right, you know what? No, I'm gonna get heated over this. On to the next game. Five Nights at Freddy's sister location, 2016. In this game, we are introduced to Circus Baby's Pizza World. Who keeps naming these places? Do they not hire somebody for advertising? Assist location of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, built by William Afton and his daughter Elizabeth. Oh great, the killer robot mechanic guy who wants to power them with children's souls has a kid. This is gonna work out great. I can feel it in my bones. Players take the role of an employee working late at night in the underground facility and must avoid getting killed by the animatronics while finding a way to escape. Underground facility, what is this? Freaking Disney World? Is this guy secretly a millionaire? Is he old money? Is he new money? Did he win the lottery? He was like, I'm going to make killer animatronics powered by children's souls. That's how I'm going to spend my winnings. Ultimate Custom Night, released in 2018. In this game, players get to create their own shift at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, using any combination of 50 different animatronic characters from across the series. It's up to you to decide how difficult your shift will be by choosing which characters you want in your pizzeria, then trying to survive. So hold on, wait a second. We went from 4 original animatronics to now over 50? There's 50. Five Nights at Freddy's VR. Help Wanted, released in 2019. The latest entry in the franchise takes us to the world of virtual reality with a collection of levels from across the game reimagined for VR. Our players must use all of their wits and reflexes as they try to survive being stalked by the robot animatronics in a 360-degree view of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Now that we have a basis for what happened in each game, let's dive into the actual timeline of the events that happened. That being said, I have done my best to organize the mess of lore bits scattered between each game. Please keep in mind that FNAF lore is mostly fan theorized between the bits of information the game provides that is canon. So don't come at me with your theories. I did my best with a few facts and canon lore pieces I found. Anyways, let's begin. Ghosty, straight up put in the script, don't come at me. I'm working with what I got, okay? That being said, you can always leave your own theories or corrections in the comment box below. Based on what information we have, let's break it down into an organized timeline. The late 70s. In the late 70s, William Afton and Henry Emily began a remarkable business venture in the quiet town of Hurricane, Utah. Do they get hurricanes in Utah? Is Hurricane Utah an actual place? Despite coming from different backgrounds with their own families to care for, these two entrepreneurs embarked on an ambitious mission and opened up an entertaining diner that showcased both delicious food as well as fun animatronic characters. As co-owners of this innovative eatery, each donned one of their signature mascot costumes. Williams dressed himself in spring Bonnie suit while his friend put on a Fredbear suit. And seems innocent enough. Well, we all know that it's not going to be innocent enough. I'm guessing. And like, wait, so there's supposed to be animatronics, so they started out as suits? And then they built the animatronics? Is that how this happened? Because I thought like the whole thing was that, you know, they made animatronics, but now it's suits. The early 80s. Fazbear's Family Diner enjoyed immense success, prompting them to open an additional location, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. The new store featured 4 animatronics, Bonnie, Chica, Freddy, and Foxy. However, William Afton had sinister intentions in mind when he started working there, with plans to start a new and exciting hobby, murdering innocent children. Oh no. Well, that accelerated quickly. Henry was aware of the potential danger that lurked within their midst, so he created the puppet for protection as a way of guarding his daughter from harm. Hold on, wait a second. So Henry knows that William is going to make child-murking robots. Instead of reporting this guy to the police, I'm just gonna create the puppet? What is the puppet? Unfortunately, things did not go according to plan, and the puppet got caught up in a box while Charlie Emily, Henry's daughter, remained locked outside, where she met her end at the hands of William Afton, who took away her life shortly before the puppet finally freed itself, only moments too late. This entire situation could have been solved by just taking this guy and be like, hey, this guy is bad news. Police, please come and get him. But no, you had to create I'm guessing this is another animatronic instead. And even then, it didn't work. Okay, how does this continue to go? Charlie's spirit then performs an enchanting display imbuing their puppet vessel with a mystic aura, kind of like a rave of sorts. Ghosty, what is that supposed to mean? Like, you've got the robot and then just caramel dancing comes on and there's like rave lights inside of it? Is that what's going on here? Magic is weird. The soulful energy radiates from within, giving the figure newfound life as it had been magically animated. So it is rave lights. I have quotations here from Ghosty. So Charlie's spirit then does some sparkly voodoo magic on the puppet, inhabiting its body. Ooh, very thematic, Ghosty. Thank you. Thank you very much for that contribution. 1983. In 1983, we can take a closer look at William Afton's family. Theories present that the crying child is Evan, William's son, who had been psychologically tormented by animatronics in his own home environment. This is when older brother Mike thought it was funny to emotionally traumatize little Evan on his birthday, making him kiss an animatronic as part of a prank. I'm sure this doesn't end poorly at all. Nope, not the least. Mike's mischievousness resulted in a catastrophic chain of events. The bite of 83. Oh, that doesn't sound good. When Evan was placed inside Fredbear, his tears caused an unfortunate malfunction, causing the animatronic to take a giant whopping bite out of Evan like he was the juiciest steak at the barbecue. Ghosty, did you really have to phrase it like that? But was that necessary? It's his birthday. It's a costume party. For some reason, little Evan decided to dress as a steak. Ooh, I'm sure this isn't foreshadowing of anything. One thing led to another, and the restaurant temporarily closed down after the death of Evan. Okay, so Evan just dies. He just perishes. Animatronic is just like, oh, look, a kid. Chomp. That's it. That's Evan's out. William's grief was so overwhelming, it led him to continue his sinister and unthinkable hobby, killing children. Continue? He was already going down that path. He was already making killer animatronics. And somehow the trauma of one of the animatronics taking a bite out of his youngest has made him more evil? I don't know. I feel like making like murderous mascots is kind of like, you're kind of like at the epitome of evil right there. Power them with children's souls. I feel like there's a capstone right there. That's at the tippy top. Within 2 weeks of his son's death, 5 young lives had vanished without a trace. It would later be discovered that the culprit disguised himself as Spring Bonnie and lured the kids into an isolated room where he brutally ended their lives forever, then concealed each corpse in 5 different animatronics: Fredbear, Chica, Bonnie, Foxy, and Golden Fredbear. I mean, I guess hiding things in plain sight is a strategy, but like, isn't this a restaurant? The children were then declared missing, causing a tremendous PR blow to the company, after which Freddy Fazbear's Pizza came under scrutiny for health code violations due to its foul odors coming from these hidden bodies, which were never recovered by the incredibly sharp authorities. That's some solid police work, Fantasy Police Force. Maybe we'll search the premises. Everybody, fan out, bring in the dogs. The holes in this plot are so big, I could drive a semi through them. 1987. The only things that can be certain that happened in 1987 are the following. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza reopens. We know from a recorded phone call that the bite of 87 occurs here, causing the victim to lose the entire frontal lobe of their brain.
They used to be allowed to walk around during the day too, but then there was the bite of 87. Yeah. It's amazing that the human body can live without the frontal lobe, you know?
Secondly, this is the second bite incident causing even more damage to the company's reputation. You know, I would think if you have an animatronic go rogue and, I don't know, like murk one of the owner's kids, and then 5 other kids go missing, that would be it for the company. That's it. We're thinking about reopening our company. Oh, you mean the one with the animatronic that ate the kid and then the 5 others went missing? So like I could extrapolate, I don't know, maybe the animatronics ate those ones as well? Yeah, probably not the smartest business move. Somewhere between 1987 and 2000. After hours of reading blog posts, watching videos, and wondering what I'm doing with my life, I have pieced together the order of what I think went down between the years of 1987 through 2000. William Afton, the psychopathic killer of many innocent children, then founded a robotics company with an unsettling agenda. to create robots that would capture and kill kids. He never did hire somebody for advertising, did he? To further support his sinister endeavors, he created Circus Baby's Pizza, the sister franchise location designed specifically to lure unsuspecting victims into danger. His motives became even more disturbing when it was discovered that killing these children releases a mysterious substance called remnant, which binds itself to animatronics, giving them life. There's some black magic fuckery afoot in this. Like, is there a spell book somewhere? Did he stumble across like the Necronomicon? Is he like a dark wizard and we just don't know it yet? Or has he like mysteriously discovered this? Causing some theorists to speculate about Afton achieving immortality through basically juicing the souls out of the bodies. So he's a lich. He's just a dark wizard who's trying to become a lich by juicing the souls out of kids. Right, he's a necromancer. Okay, classical bad guy necromancer. This is where Afton's daughter Elizabeth comes into the story. Elizabeth thought Circus Baby would be the oh so swell perfect playmate, but unfortunately she had no idea that this seemingly innocent and freaking creepy entity was actually a weapon created by her father to capture and kill children. And due to her father's negligence, Elizabeth was then trapped and killed inside of Circus Baby. So he already lost a kid when Evan got his skull chomped on by Freddy. He somehow thought it was a good idea to let his other kid around the killer animatronics that he was creating to juice the souls out of them to achieve immortality. You know, they say there's a fine line between genius and madness. If he's a dark wizard, he just kind of stumbled into it. Like, you know, you have some dark wizards like, I've studied mystic arts gifted to me by unknowable entities to cloak forever reality and darkness. And this guy's just like, I found like this magic spell in the back of a Cheerios box, and I figured I'd try it out. And he has no idea what he's doing. Eventually, gas leaks, quote unquote, forced Williams' restaurant to close, and he began an insidious cover-up business called Circus Baby's Entertainment and Rental. He's opening a rental store. He is truly evil. And for like those of you who don't know, like you have the rent-to-own stores, right? Okay, so rent-to-own stores are evil. It's like buying something on like payments, but worse. Because like you're gonna be paying even more. Oh, I'm going to like, you know, like rent this TV or whatever, and I'll rent it to own it. And by the time you're done paying for it, you've paid for like how much it would cost to just buy that TV, and then this Afton guy is like, he's the devil. And like not in a, you know, like rock on kind of way, like nah. Little did he know what sinister events were about to transpire due to his own invention. Just kidding, he totally knew. This is his hobby. Next is where we can assume William starts to feel remorse about Elizabeth's death, because now he really becomes Father of the Year, as he then sends his only remaining child, Mike, to find and free Elizabeth's soul from Circus Baby before she gets scooped. As if it wasn't already confusing enough, Mike ventured out to locate Elizabeth at the same time the technicians were instructed to scoop the animatronics, quote unquote. This is actually an attempt to conserve funds by disassembling the animatronics and keeping their main components, which makes total sense as to why you build another machine to dismantle the other machinery to retrieve more parts. I feel like you're saying that with sarcasm, but sometimes sarcasm goes over my head, Ghosty. Eventually, the animatronics are scooped, which leaves all the remnant loose in the scooping machine. Dismayed, the animatronics take whatever parts are still working and become a gross Lego Bionicle-looking clown they call Inod. So they just scoop out the remnant, which is the kid's soul juice. And the animatronics are now sad because they have no more kid soul juice. Yeah, she was right, this is confusing. Despite Mike's valiant efforts to save Elizabeth, her evil plan as Circus Baby goes off without a hitch. Like father, like daughter, it is revealed that she was playing with Mike all along, and her plan is to get him into the scooper. Oh, so she's just evil. So she got eaten by the animatronic, became Circus Baby, and is now like, now I'm exceedingly evil, just like Daddy Dearest. Mike's body is then maliciously taken over by the animatronic Inod, who extracted his organs and used his form as a skin suit, kind of like Ed Gein. The kids' souls were stuck in the animatronics, and now the animatronics are using the kids as skin suits. This just keeps getting worse and worse the more I read. Miraculously, despite being stripped of all physical components which would be necessary for life to sustain itself, Mike remained in control of some remnants. After Enod escaped from the sewers, with vengeance burning within him, quite literally turning him into an ominous shade of purple. Hold on, wait a second. Is this the purple guy that I keep hearing about? Is this the dude that's like, I was like, oh, are you the purple guy from FNAF? I'm like, I have no idea who that is. Also, during this time, as William Afton's son heroically fought to free Elizabeth, the mastermind behind their plight journeyed back to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a place of darkness and sorrow for so many children. There, he sought revenge on those who kept him from his goal by violently attacking innocent animatronics. The spirits that were unjustly restrained within them then rose up, converging around William in an intimidating rebuke of justice. Surrounded and with no escape, William Afton found himself staring at what he had used as a tool when stealing away these young lives, the original Springtrap Bonnie suit, and chose cowardice once more instead of facing responsibility by slipping into the suit in hopes of frightening these spirits once more. With uncontrollable laughter and a foam-filled mouth, this man met his fate when the Springtrap Bonnie suit malfunctioned and repeatedly stabbed him, an ironic punishment fit for his past crimes. Ghosty has here in parentheses, what a douche. I would venture to agree. Karma's an ass, ain't it? The early 2020s. After decades of negligence, a group decided to risk it all and open an attraction in the same spot where children had mysteriously gone missing. Dubbed Fazbear's Fright, they uncovered something far greater than anyone anticipated. The blood-stained Springtrap Bonnie suit from long ago, possessed by William Afton's spirit. Of course, surprising all of us, within 1 week after its discovery, this seemingly cursed place burned down for unknown reasons. Like they all do. Okay, so for those who don't know, I actually have spent a significant amount of time like working in, like commercial haunted houses. There was actually one place that I worked at that was supposedly haunted because there was a, let's say, notorious taker of lives that may or may not have had a dumping ground near it. And I'm just gonna say, there were a couple nights where I was the guy who closed down and there was nobody else in that place. That's terrifying. That is absolutely terrifying. I feel like this is the only part of the story I can relate to, and in the way that I don't want to. Like, nope. Mid-2020s-ish. Now, once again, bear with me here because there is a lot of holes. I am having so much fun writing this. I'm so sorry, Ghosty. I'm so sorry that our first video was a video on FNAF. Maybe we didn't know what we were getting into. So basically, William Afton escapes the fire with the Springtrap Bonnie suit being severely damaged. Circus Baby and Enod also decide to take on this new scrap metal look and become Scrap Baby and Molten Freddy. At this time, these animatronics are just like stalking around in the shadows because they don't have anywhere to go. Fast forward a bit, we bring back the character of Henry Emily, who also up until now has not given a single shit about what is going on. Henry and William's son Michael, who is still purple by the way, develop a plan to lure all the remaining animatronics to one location, which he disguises as a new Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Henry gives Michael the security job, which was also a disguise to get all the animatronics into one place, all while making a new animatronic called Lefty that was built with the sole purpose of capturing the puppet to carry the puppet inside. I have no idea what is even going on at this point. All of these killer animatronics are loose, and it's just like, hey, What if we build a new pizzeria and they'll all be like, oh, a new pizzeria, a place that we can go, a place for me, a pizzeria that's shaped in, it's like, this pizzeria was made for me. Durr, durr, durr. An additional annotation by Ghosty, he gives this bone-chilling speech to which he explains there is a way out for Michael.
Although there was a way out planned for you, I have a feeling that's not what you want. I have a feeling that you are right where you want to be.
But he knows he probably wants to die there, being the freak of society he's turned into. Okay, so like Michael's just like a weird like purple guy. It's just like I have to look in the shadows and, you know, like I can't interact with normal society. Oh my God, I can see why people are making why people call me the purple guy now. Henry Emily then apologizes to his daughter for the past, sets the place on fire, and kills everyone in there, releasing their spirits. All seems well until once again, it is not. The late 2020s. Years after Fazbear Entertainment's dark history of child fatalities and arson, the corporation attempted to salvage its reputation by producing a VR game. In their haste to finish production on time, developers uploaded random animatronic circuit boards into the software, unknowingly allowing William Afton's spirit an entryway back into reality as a computer virus known as Glitch Trap. That would mean that they salvaged the old Springtrap suit's circuit board? Who thought that was a good idea? And who did it? Like, did it just show up there? I mean, is it Deus Ex Machina? Now inhabiting virtual reality chat rooms, his mission is to escape and return once again to physical form. He's just in like a chat room, a VR chat room, just haunting it. Like that one 3D render of like Mark Zuckerberg doing the interview and he's just sitting in the void. Well, that's not ominous at all. And another thing, how does 3D render Zuckerberg look more human than regular Zuckerberg? Answer me that. Amongst the first beta testers, an employee named Jamie became paranoid of Glitchtrap, who was trying to control him. Despite his cries for help and pleas for the others to believe him, Jamie sees only one option for relief, which is to slice his own face off and end it all. Wow. We just went off the deep end with that one, didn't we? We went full like Joker mode. In response, another beta tester who believed in Jeremy went searching for the virus. Cleverly, he split up this malicious force into 16 VCR-looking tapes designed to keep William Afton at bay and from wreaking havoc once more. He traps him in videotapes? He's like, ha ha ha, here, getting this VCR. Like, look how good it worked for, what is it, Sadako? Is that from The Ring? Thankfully, every single theorist on this godforsaken planet has a different version on how Vanny became the biggest Glitchtrap fan on the face of the earth. Most, however, believe she was brainwashed during the beta by Glitchtrap, who tried to do the same thing to Jamie. Whatever you believe, Vanny is an eccentric fan of Glitchtrap, who embarks on a mission to reconstruct him into our reality by locating and collecting the 16 VCR tapes in which he has been scattered. That just seems like a regular FNAF fan. Even later on, after sustaining the most catastrophic PR damage, Fazbear Entertainment was determined to bounce back, and they did so in a big way with Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex. Located in an enormous mall, the facility featured the glam rock animatronics that thrill seekers flocked to. However, it wasn't long before disappearances started occurring again. Ghosty says that she's tired at this point. I'm tired at this point. This could probably be like the most successful fictional company ever. They cannot go out of business. They just keep coming back. And every time it's just like, hey, we're gonna make a comeback. And like, hey, aren't you the company? But like a bunch of kids disappeared and like the animatronics were weird and it smelled really bad. And like, yeah, but this time it's different. And folks are just like, you know what? That's fine. That's okay. We're gonna give you another chance. We're now following the thrilling tale of Gregory, a brave orphan boy trapped inside Mega Pizzaplex along with Glamrock Chica, Freddy, Roxy, and Montgomery Gator. Okay, see, I actually know these ones because my buddy, Heavenly, you may know him as Heavenly Father, he really likes Roxy. Like, that's all I'm saying. FNAF got another one. Underneath William Afton's control is Vanny, who commands the animatronics to perform in glam rock shows. These were going great until Glam Rock Freddy developed free will. With his newfound freedom, he befriends Gregory, and together they engage on an epic mission, dismantling other robotic characters. Okay, so this time Freddy isn't eating kids. Perfect, great, okay, this is an uptick, we're going places. They start their murder spree by trash compacting Chica into tiny pieces, detaching Montgomery Gator's limbs, and using Roxy as a speed bump. But their journey doesn't end there. Downstairs lies the Blob, a mysterious creature woven from hundreds of soulful animatronics ready for them to discover. Who's running the company? Is it the spirit of William Afton? Did they pull like a Walt Disney? Is this like head in a jar? They've attached spider legs to it and he's surviving off the souls of children? Is that what's going on now? In a dramatic turn of events, the nefarious villain, who for some reason is not Vanny but William Afton, reveals himself from a fridge and attempts to resume his murderous activities. They were keeping his head in a fridge! I knew it! I knew it! They did! They Walt Disney'd him! Glam Rock Freddy heroically steps up to challenge him in a fierce battle that ultimately ended with everything going up in flames, as is often the case when it comes to defeating Fazbear Entertainment companies. As things begin collapsing around them, Afton still tries desperately for one last child murking on Greg, only for the Blob itself to swoop into action just before he could do so. Finally, all those unfortunate events led Fazbear Entertainment's Mega Pizzaplex to shut down, leaving us wondering if they'll dare try opening any more franchises ever again, which they probably will. That is a roller coaster ride. I wasn't expecting even half of what I now know about the FNAF franchise, and I'm gonna be honest, as a horror franchise, I think it'll continue, and we may even touch on it again on the channel as it does. Oh no, I know what I need to do now. The world of streaming can no longer comfort me. Forevermore, I will be the jailer of the damned.